In the quiet village of Lumina, every evening felt like a small miracle. As the sun lowered itself gently toward the horizon, the sky blossomed into brilliant colors. Golden streaks that flowed like rivers, pink waves that fluttered like soft wings, and deep purples that curled into the folds of twilight. While the villagers admired the fading light, only one child seemed to see every delicate detail within it. Her name was Maya. Maya often sat on the rooftop of her family's home, hugging her knees to her chest as she watched the sky breathe with color. She saw the tiny sparkles hidden inside the clouds, the way the orange moved differently from the purple, and how each evening carried its own quiet mood. Yet despite her keen eyes and tender imagination, Maya believed she was an ordinary girl. She watched other children sing beautifully, draw bold pictures, and perform wonderful tricks, and she told herself she simply did not shine the same way. The world, she thought, had forgotten to give her something special. One evening, as Maya stared up at the glowing horizon, something strange happened. The wind whispered a little louder, as though stirring with purpose, and the sky shivered with a soft, unusual light. Then a tiny spark broke free from the clouds. It twirled downward like a falling star, carrying a delicate glow. Maya rose to her feet, hardly breathing as the tiny object drifted toward her, and finally landed at her toes. It was a paintbrush, but not a simple one. Its handle shimmered with colors that shifted gently like breath, and its bristles glowed as if holding a piece of sunlight within them. When Maya picked it up, the brush pulsed softly in her hand, warm and alive, almost as though it recognized her. Curiosity tugged at her, urging her to test it. She stood before a blank wall, held her breath, and slowly slid the brush across the surface. The moment it touched, a streak of glowing color burst forward, leaping off the wall like a ribbon of living light. The line swirled around her, playfully orbiting her head before dissolving into sparkles. Maya stumbled back in astonishment. With each stroke of the brush, new colors emerged, soft blues that hummed like calm rivers, pinks that giggled like children, and golds that fluttered like beams of morning sun. As she painted, Maya felt a gentle wonder stirring inside her, a feeling she hadn't known in a long time. The more she painted, the more the brush glowed, and the more alive she felt. The eye above her brightened unexpectedly, parting in soft, glowing layers. From the clouds descended three radiant beings, tall, graceful figures shimmering with the hues of both sunrise and dusk. These were the sky painters, ancient artists who created the beauty of every evening sky. Maya froze as they hovered near her. Though they did not speak aloud, she felt their words ripple through her thoughts. They explained that a great storm was rising in the world, a storm not of wind and rain, but of emptiness. It drained the colors from the sky and weakened the magic the sky painters used to shape sunsets. Their brushes had dimmed, their powers fading quickly. Only the brush Maya held still glowed with life. It had fallen from their world by accident, or perhaps by destiny. The sky painters revealed that only someone with a heart full of wonder, someone who noticed the small beauties others overlooked, could use the brush to restore the fading sky. Though Maya doubted herself, the painters seemed certain. They knew the light had chosen her to return the sky's brilliance. Maya needed to climb the ancient Dawn Tower, a spiraling stone pillar said to be the birthplace of the first sunrise. At its peak, she would need to paint the sky before the coming storm swallowed the world's colors forever. Maya began her journey the next morning. The path to the Dawn Tower twisted through forests and hills, growing dimmer the farther she walked. The world seemed washed out, as if the color was slowly draining away. Yet the brush in her hand shone brighter with each step she took, guiding her like a small lantern of hope. On the way, she encountered small beings made entirely of color, tiny spirits shaped like flickering flames. These spirits drifted around her, each one representing an emotion. A calm blue spirit circled her chest, sensing the sadness she carried. A bright yellow spirit fluttered near her head, testing whether joy still lived inside her. A warm red spirit pulsed near her heart, searching for courage. Maya felt exposed under their gaze, but she acknowledged every feeling honestly, even the parts that were unsure and imperfect. Her honesty pleased the spirits, and they shimmered brighter as they let her pass. As she reached the base of the Dawn Tower, the sky above her cracked with roaring thunder. The great storm had finally arrived. Its clouds were not dark, but empty, blank, and hollow, tearing away whatever color still remained. Maya climbed the tower's winding steps as fierce winds whipped around her, threatening to pull her backward. But each time fear gripped her, the glowing brush pulsed with gentle warmth, urging her forward. When she reached the top, the world felt silent and vast. The storm loomed above like a great gray curtain. The sky painters appeared behind her, but they were faint, almost transparent. Their strength was nearly gone. Maya stepped forward to the edge of the tower. Her hands trembled. She had never done something so big, so important, so utterly overwhelming. But she also knew that if she did nothing, the sky she loved so deeply would fade forever. And so, with a deep breath, she lifted the brush toward the blank sky. The moment she touched the air with the glowing bristles, a streak of brilliant orange burst outward. The wind screamed, trying to push the color away, but Maya held firm. She swiped the brush again. A long arc of shimmering gold bloomed across the sky, cutting through the storm. Purple spirals unfurled behind her, curling like the arms of galaxies. The more Maya painted, the more the storm faltered. Colors danced and swirled, growing bolder with every movement of her hands. Her fear melted into determination. Her uncertainty transformed into courage. She no longer moved like someone who felt ordinary. She moved like someone who carried a universe inside her. The sky painters regained their glow as Maya worked, watching in awe as the sky transformed into a breathtaking masterpiece more vivid than any before. When the last swirl of color settled into place, the storm dissolved completely, leaving behind a sunset that shimmered like a living dream. The sky painters bowed to Maya, their forms bright and restored. They honored her bravery, her honesty, and the gentle wonder she had carried since the beginning. They believed she had saved the sky not because she was perfect, but because she dared to try. From that day forward, every evening sky in Lumina glowed with new brilliance. And whenever someone saw a sunset that felt especially magical or alive, they whispered that Maya must be painting again, the once ordinary girl who learned that the extraordinary had been inside her all along.